What is tribalism? It's just being here. It's just the anthropology of civilizations. It's this idea that if you were living way back then, would you probably be doing something similar to them? Yes, you would still be the yourself, you'd still be the individual, but you would be living a life pretty similar to them, ensconced in the tribe. And what we seem to be doing now doesn't seem to be too much different. And but you are there is this idea of the self, finding, even though those were all individuals, they were definitely ensconced, participating, caught up with survival, which is tribal living, um, and and developing the psyche of the tribe. And so an idea that I think might be a powerful narrative right now in our society, in our tribe, is that we are so much more, so much more better off, or so much more just in general smiling as opposed to frowning than the previous generation and before them and before them and all the way down. Um, and that's not there is some evidence to that. Like there's a lot of technology and everybody's, you know, there's cars everywhere, you get food's plentiful, people are living in houses, um, people are doing things, people have ideas and they go do them. We live in a pretty free society. Um, but this idea that I would say that is pretty popular in our tribalism is that when we look to the past or we think about what we were doing before this, that we kind of we you know we, if you don't think that you can learn anything from it, or you don't think that you can learn about the human psyche, or maybe just glimpse at an have an idea of like, what's our purpose or what are we doing here. I think that I think that um so I think that one of the things that troubles us is this resistance to organize the memory. And so when we look back over civilizations and what they were doing and what they were talking about, how they're using language, we might just want to say, who knows, who cares? I'm too busy living my life. And fair enough. I suppose that had to be done. So I suppose some people have to do that. But I think that there is like, this idea that we can't learn anything new, or that we can't learn anything important, or that we can't really, um, I don't know, that we can't organize the past in a way in which uh, we can interact with it, suppose, to help the quality of life, the state of life that we're in, the living. Um, and but the thing is that we're playing, you know, I think it. I think it could at least be said that all the games they were playing back then, we're playing them now. Um, so at least. And so I think that when people start thinking about like what is the purpose of humanity, what is the purpose of surviving, what are we doing? What's our language like what is our language building to? What are these games that we play? What are these games that the mind plays to survive? Um, I don't know. I kind of find that stuff interesting. Um, and you might as well, especially if you want. So what happens if you want to change? What happens? What it kind of looks like is you need to start having a serious conversation about it. And that can be tough to do because you might have predispositions about ideas, and that can prevent you from having a serious conversation about it. Um, and so if you want to change, you want to have a serious conversation about it basically as quickly as possible because that seems to spark the brain and give you even more ideas and start inventing and building this pathway, this narrative, which seems to result in change. And mindfulness is like that. Mindfulness is kind of you can start having this serious conversation just with yourself, just with this idea that you are the observer and that you are aware of the fact that you are both the actor and that you are the audience in your life. Um, and so you can start having a serious conversation about the ideas in your mind there. And you will find out quickly that other people, or maybe hopefully for you, but maybe if you keep doing it and you keep building that pathway and you keep having that serious conversation about it, you will find other people that have had serious conversations with maybe the same ideas or very, very similar pathways, which basically kind of ultimately lead to the same idea. Now that's I would say that's kind of like a phenomenon. Um, so that will happen to you. If you are on that journey. Um, and so yeah, it can be a good thing. I think it can be a good thing. I think it can be a powerful thing. I think, there are people out there right now that want change in their life, and you're gonna have to invent it. And a practice can help you invent it. A practice like mindfulness can help you invent that pathway. Um, so yeah, those are kind of some more of the positive benefits of mindfulness.